Hey guys, good afternoon. Still a crazy time out there, and I just kind of wanted to touch base and reiterate a video that I did yesterday about what I'm doing, what salons are doing to keep up with the scotia of added sanitation that goes with our job. One of the things that I wanted to address is that I'm seeing that some of the larger salons are actually closing, where we're also seeing some of the suite owners stay open. And why is that happening? Well, the larger salons, say like Square One just put out an ad that they have closed until I believe March 31st. Penzones has closed. The reason why those situations have occurred, I think, hey Karen, hey Jen, I think the reason why those situations have occurred is because they can't control sanitation quite as much as what a suite owner can. We can completely control what is coming in, going out, how we sanitize. We are only as good as the sanitation that we've been taught. So those salon owners are relying on people to do sanitation the way that they were taught. And if you can imagine one or two managers trying to walk around and make sure that 50 people are doing their job, it's kind of hard. And also, we're also down to that restriction of keep your groups to 10 and under. So that's why the suite type environments are still thriving, and why the bigger salons are kind of closing down. Hey Jen, how are you? So a couple of other things I wanted to address that I didn't address yesterday is education. Most of you are aware that it takes 1,500 hours for us to go through cosmetology school. But what most people aren't aware of is that we don't really actually learn a whole lot about hair in school. We are actually learning more about sanitation, bacteriology, anatomy, all these things that kind of come together that we are supposed to practice every day. And I want to really venture to guess, because I have really good working relationships with a lot of people in town. I want to say that all of us are practicing the type of sanitation that we were taught, but we're at a day and age where we do have to take different measures and more extreme measures. And I just told a guest this that just left 5 minutes ago. I really think there's going to be a lot of good that comes from this. I think that we're not going to take things for granted anymore. We're going to look at waste a little bit differently, whether that's food or in the salon. We're all going to count our pennies a little bit better, but we're all going to be a lot more careful after this. And I hope that sanitation and the carefulness with our clients and the safety with our clients doesn't disappear. And that's going to be the telltale thing. I actually get services done in salons, not just because I want to compare my professionalism against somebody else, but I'm also looking to see if they are keeping up with sanitation practices. Am I up to par? Am I not up to par? Are they? That's my competition. So when I go get my hair done, when I have a cut done, I definitely go to another salon. I check out the biggest and the best. I don't care what it cost, but that's my mark, and I want to make sure that I'm right there with them, right? So I'm just going to kind of go down through a list of things. Hey Dreama, I'm just going to kind of go down through a list of things that I'm going to say that every stylist truly feels is important, and maybe share some ideas with Renee and Dreama about what other things that we can do in the salon to stay safe. So one of the things I will address is that towels are always single use. Legislation changed at the last renewal, where we used to have towels covered. We had to have new towels covered or clean towels covered, and we also had, hey, I'm doing good. Everybody's good. I've only had 2 people cancel for a 3-week period, so I'm good. But towels are always supposed to be covered when they're clean, and towels are always supposed to be covered when they're dirty. Now, legislation has changed that has allowed us to keep towels open, I believe. I'm not going with that. I'm just staying with the tried and true. Why would I open a bin on towels to try and what purpose does it serve? So I'm keeping my towels covered. Of course, laundry always has to be covered. Towels get washed on hot, most of the time with bleach. Capes are always single use, but the one thing that we can do is a towel sanitizer. You can get a small towel sanitizer. They're about the size of a cooler, and you just plug it into the wall. It's a UV sanitizer. It uses heat. I would prep 6 damp towels in a day and maybe put a little bit of essential oil in them to make them smell good. And then you can use that underneath of the guest's neck as they're laying back in the shampoo bowl, because they all complain about the shampoo bowl hurting their necks, right? So putting a towel underneath the neck, that works good. Surfaces, goes without saying, everybody's Lysoling like crazy. The soft surfaces always should be sanitized at the end of the day, but I think most of us are using Lysol in between clients. You know, it's just what we're doing. Clorox wipes are great for quick instant sanitation. Lysol, I believe, has at least a 5-minute time limit to use on surfaces. You let it sit. Barbicide, everybody right now is taking the barbicide test. Barbicide is a antiviral, antibacterial, antifungal for use in the hair industry. It is a hospital grade disinfectant, and they have a test out right now that we can all go to and check our sanitation practices against. And then they're also giving us a certificate to be able to post that we took that test and that we're checking our sanitation practices against them. Barbicide is what we soak our combs in. Every comb that you see that comes out to be used on your head should come out of a barbicide container. If it's coming out of the drawer, be scared, because there's other things that they're slipping by with if it's coming out of a drawer. If they drop it on the floor, it goes without saying, it doesn't get used again, right? Brushes. What the heck do you do with brushes? I have always taken brushes home on the weekends and put them in the dishwasher on hot, sanitized, and dry. And then boar brushes will actually smell like a wet boar once they're drying, so you can spray them with essential oil. I've been spraying them with Lysol in between clients. I kind of like put them up on my station. They're gonna sit there for 30 minutes until the next client, so I just spray them on one side, spray them with the other, get the hair out of them. Bowls, the shampoo bowls. If you've ever been to any salon in the area, we all have hard water, right? I can guarantee you water is one of my things. Jen, you've been with me forever. You can attest to this. I am a freak about the hard water around here. And my shampoo bowl, I cannot stand it having hard water stains, so I have always wiped out the sink. For the last 10 years that I've been in private, I have always wiped out that sink, but now I'm just adding barbicide spray to it. Wipe it out, stays on there for 2 minutes on a stronger mixture. Hokey stuff. What are some of the hokey things that you're doing that you totally believe in? I think for me, and you can say what you want about it, but I actually use air purifiers. I have a Blue air purifier that I picked up at Best Buy. It was $90. It has a carbon filter in it. It takes care of allergens. It's one of the only air purifiers that will take, hey Kim, how are you? I'm so sorry, you guys got closed down. So Kim, that just joined us, you're in Pennsylvania, I believe, and they are no salons after midnight last night, so I'm sorry to hear that. But I use an air purifier in the salon, and I use an air purifier in my bedroom, and I can tell you it has a cover on it, and once a week that thing is nasty full of dust. And think about the hairspray and all the chemicals that we're breathing. So that air purifier is right by me and the client, and it makes me feel better, right? The other thing that I do that I see a lot of the girls do is we're all running an oil diffuser. I personally use, it's called Essential Protect. I'm looking at it right now. Essential Protect, it's Health Foods Unlimited's brand. That's a local health food store here in Dayton. I love doTERRA. I love Young Living, but for the expense of it and the convenience of it, I can just go and get a bottle of it and run Essential Protect, and my clients love it. They say it makes them feel relaxed, so if it makes them feel good, then cool. Razors. Yesterday I touched base on this, and yesterday I had a client in here who told me that her husband was getting ready to have neck surgery on Thursday. He went to his barber and he got his hair cleaned up, his neck cleaned up, and he actually got a razor burn. And believe it or not, they canceled his surgery because of it. So, how do I think that happened? One, using a razor is no different than shaving your legs. You have to prep the skin correctly. You're going to get the best result and the most safe result out of a clean razor. Change those razors, and if you are a client that has short hair and you're going to a barber or going to have your hair cut into a pixie, you make sure that that razor gets changed right in front of your face. Hey Amanda, how are you? You make sure that that razor gets changed right in front of your face. Whether it's a feather razor, whether it's a straight blade razor at a barber, make sure that they are always changing those razors. No joke. It happens all the time. Hairdressers are notoriously cheap. That happens. As far as the test, I mentioned the barbicide test. There are a whole lot of other things that are coming in. Since we are all with whatever state we're with, cosmetology board, the Ohio State Cosmetology Board is constantly sending us emails updating us on exactly what's going on. So I just got one over lunch, and they're like, as of yet, we're not being asked to shut down. Other states are doing it, and I foresee it coming, frankly. To keep in touch the best, my means of keeping in touch with you guys is going to be through schedulicity.com. It has been the way that I book clients for the last 10 years since being out on my own. And I'm also getting, Dreama can attest for this, Kim can attest to this, we all have industry support that we work with, Minoko Blue, Premier, Cosmoprof, Salon Centric. They're all sending us emails letting us know that they're there for us. As long as we're allowed to work, they are going to be open. I've been there literally the last 2 days just to make sure that I'm getting what I need. But we will know, and as soon as we hear in Ohio that that's what's going to happen, we'll let you guys know too, of course. This is what I want to touch base on. And there were 12 people watching, and now there's 7, but this is the screwed up part. All this is happening, right? My main concern is, and the crazy part about it is, why is everybody going crazy over sanitation and being sanitary and buying up all the Lysol when this is what they should have been doing in the first place, right? I have been doing all these things for a very long period of time, and it's only because the only difference between a good hairdresser and a bad hairdresser is good ones have made a lot more mistakes. The bad ones, they're just learning, but we have all learned from mistakes of ourselves, other people, through apprenticeship, through internship, and it's important that we integrate what we're learning from other people into what we're doing. Here's the screwed up part about it that I wanted to talk about. In our industry, most of us are inundated with a Facebook feed of people that are saying that their states are getting ready to change the laws on licensure. So here we have all these sanitation issues, right? And all of our guests are contemplating on whether they're okay to come in. Is my stylist safe? Does my stylist have my best interest? Can I trust her? We're asking kind of the same things of our clients, right? All of the states are constantly wondering of whether they want to take away the licensing from the cosmetology industry, meaning that Indiana is probably one of the closest. Yeah, exactly. Dreama can attest to this. Indiana, for the last decade, has been so close to allowing people to practice without a license, it is just around the corner and they are just an hour away. There are other states, there's California, Washington, Utah, other states that are starting to chime in about taking away the licensure. First of all, I don't understand that from a money perspective. You guys get, what, $50 from us just from our license, and then $100 from us for having a managing cosmetologist, and $150 for just having an open salon. Hey Barb, how are you? We're talking about the licensure and how they're, this whole sanitation thing. And then you talk about taking away the need for a license. That's just crazy. So in the tattoo industry, and I've had several clients come in here lately, tattoos are like what, $100 to $150 to $200 an hour. And what I say to these clients that are coming in with infections from their tattoos locally in big shops is that their sanitation practices are only as good as the person that taught them. So when you're in a tattoo shop and you are apprenticing somebody, you're apprenticing them with the mind that you're going to learn something about your industry, that this guy does lettering, so he's going to teach me all the little intricacies about lettering, or this guy does portraits and I want to apprentice him for 2 years. Well, what if his autoclave skills aren't up to par? What if he has let some of his sanitation practices kind of slide? That person that is interning or apprenticing that tattoo artist is only as good as the sanitation practices that they have been taught. And this industry is no different, whether it's nails, skin, or hair. If you take away the licensure and you think that you can't trust going into a salon now, wait until we have a situation like this again and people don't have a license. Are you gonna go? No. You're gonna go to the person that has always had good safety standards, good sanitation standards, and you'll continue to see that person. With that being said, I just want to say that for those salons that have closed, support them in any way that you can, whether that means calling your stylist to see if you can buy retail, calling them to say, hey, I want to buy a gift certificate for future reference. But for all the suite type owners, we are all self-employed. We don't get unemployment. We don't get any of these things that they are offering for us. Why would you get a small business loan to only put yourself in more debt? And people are saying, well, you can just work more when things are back on track. No, once the opportunity of today to make money is gone, it's gone forever. We can't work more hours to make up for the 2 weeks that are lost. So all of these suite type environments, I really have faith that they are doing the extra mile in sanitation, whether it's me, whether it's Barb, whether it's Dreama, whether it's Kim, whoever. These girls in these suite type environments, they have complete control of what goes in and out of the salon, and their livelihoods depend on it. We don't have anything to rely back onto. Probably the best thing that could happen for us is that they push tax day back, or they allow us to file extensions or something like that, and then maybe we pull from, if we haven't paid our taxes quarterly and we've saved, maybe then we go to our little tax fund and we go in there. I think I might actually look at starting an online store with my marketing manager, Tina Marker. Yep, just putting it out there, Tina. I think I want to do an online retail store. So that would be a good way. I could maybe deliver it. I don't know. But for the suite type environment girls, I don't know that selling gift certificates is necessarily the fix. Because once the opportunity to make money is gone, it's gone, right? So with all that being said, I hope that you guys are safe. Know that my salon is safe. I wanted to take notes here and make sure that I touched base on everything that I know that I have always done and that I all know that my colleagues are doing, because I witness it here in the salon as I walk by their suites. I'm seeing a slew of new clients come in from different salons, and I'm always making sure with those new clients that I call them They know my cancellation policy. I know what they're going to have done that day. I know that they know that they're not supposed to come in sick, that I have someone immune compromised at home in end of life care. And so I have a dog in this fight too. Hey Penny, how are you? But just pay attention as a consumer. This was only an educational video. It is what you should be looking for in a salon all of the time, right? Whether you're going to a big one or a small one, it doesn't matter. I think one of the things that I'm going to probably try to do if we do end up having to close down is I'm going to go through my books and I'm going to add time to every one of my clients so that I always make sure that I'm not running behind and that I have a little time to sanitize between clients from here on out. That's my goal. That's my learning experience that I'm going to take from here on out, is that I'm going to go into my books. I'm not going to charge more money. I'm just going to take more time. It's going to alleviate my stress. It's going to alleviate their stress. It's going to allow me to sanitize in between clients without running behind, right? Anyhow, I hope that you guys are all safe. If you have any questions, and let's share some unique ways that we are all at home going the extra mile to keep each other safe. Share some good things. I really think that there's going to be a lot of good that comes out of this. I said that, you know, I feel like people are going to be less wasteful. I think that people are going to take things, are not going to take things for granted. So let's just kind of use this little spot here today to talk about the things that we're grateful for and what we think good is going to come out of this, you know? So anyhow, you guys have a great day. Thanks for tuning in. I hope that everybody out there in the Sweet Type environment has a prosperous week, and we'll all be here for each other if things come down to having to close. So thank you. Thank you for your loyalty. Thank you for your trust, and have a great day. Thanks.